everyone, Matt here, and I'm glad to be back making videos. I'm sorry that it's been 3 months since I put anything out there, but my wife and I moved from Odessa, Texas to DFW, and in the process I was looking for a new mesh Wi-Fi system for the home, right? And I wanted to get the latest and greatest, which is one of these right here, the Linksys Velop MX10, AX5900, or the Netgear Orbi, which this one's only the AX4200. There is an AX6000 variant, but I will get into why I didn't purchase that later. If you don't want to watch this entire video, right, because like me, you're just trying to find someone who says one's better than the other, I think the Netgear Orbi is better, okay? And instead of a kind of a straightforward review like I normally do, I'm just going to kind of go through my experience with each of these, okay? So the house in Odessa was 1,700 square feet, and I had the Eero. All right, it's probably like first generation. I bought it 3 or 4 years back, and it only had 2 nodes. The house was 1,700 square feet, so it did a great job for that. Single story, no problems there, right? Well, we moved to this house, which is almost 3,000 square feet. It's 2-story. It's basically a huge rectangle stacked one on top of the other. We have an upstairs balcony, a backyard porch. We've got a garage. Most houses have garages, right? And a pretty small yard. But the Eero just was not cutting it whatsoever, okay? And I don't blame it. It was an older unit, and it served me well when I had it in Odessa. So I started doing a little bit of research about, what's the best mesh Wi-Fi system to get. A lot of people have good things to say about Google, about the newer Eeros. But I wanted to try this whole new Wi-Fi 6 thing that's coming out, okay? Basically, and I'm not Linus Tech Tips, so I can't give you a super detailed intro into Wi-Fi 6 versus Wi-Fi 5. Wi-Fi 5 had the AC band. Wi-Fi 6 is the AX band, which from my understanding is designed to allow more devices to connect at one time and provide all of them with good connectivity versus anything slowing down when you have too many devices connected, right? A lot of houses in America now have a ton of smart devices connected. You've got your phones, your tablets, your computers, you've got your smart lights, your smart TVs. I don't even know what else. Like there's a ton of, I have a smart sprinkler system at this house. Like what the hell? So a lot of stuff connects to Wi-Fi, baby monitors too, right? So I needed good coverage. I wanted to try out Wi-Fi 6 to see if it's so great, which the deal is, it's going to be a couple of months, if not years, before everything even swaps over to the AX band, right? Like all of my devices pretty much run off of AC still. So apparently the new phones coming out this fall will be using Wi-Fi 6, right? The AX band. So anyways, I went to the Best Buy and I couldn't decide between the Netgear Orbi AX6000 or the Linksys Velop MX10. Netgear was $700 and the Linksys was $600. So it was on sale, $100 off. And on paper, Linksys had the best specs. It had 4 Ethernet ports per unit, which means that you can, on the satellite, you could plug in other stuff like my smart lights, all that. It was great on paper. I was like, hell yeah, let's get it. So I brought it home. I set it up. Installation was a freaking breeze. The app works phenomenal. There's parental controls on there. It's got kind of, my understanding is it's got better security when it comes to like logging in from your computer and trying to change with the settings. And everything was great, right? I set it up. I tried 2 different configurations. I tried having the access points in the center of the house, one on top of the other, so like one in the upstairs middle bedroom and one downstairs in the kitchen, so it would have good coverage of the house. That didn't seem to do too well. What I found was best is I had one point down here in my office, which is in the northwest corner of the house, and one in the master bedroom, which was the southeast corner of the house, upstairs. So that configuration seemed to be best. I had great coverage in the house. However, with the Linksys system, I had damn near no coverage upstairs on the balcony. Backyard on the porch sucked. The garage was okay, right? But when I left the house, the signal was not very good, right? Which I was okay with. It didn't really bug me that much. I was like, all right, I can't watch YouTube when I'm upstairs on the balcony. Okay, whatever. But as my friends that I game with can tell you, for 3 years I had Grande Communications out in Odessa, Texas. I never had a single problem with him. For 3 years, literally, not a single problem with my ISP. If there was an outage, it was because there was like a storm or something going on. It wouldn't just drop every night. Well, right after I installed the Linksys Velop, between 8 and 10 p.m. every single night, Wi-Fi would cut out. And for the first day or two, I just ran upstairs, reset the modem, reset the router. Okay, let's go, right? And everything came back on, and it was working good. But that was a little bit concerning. But by the third night, I was like, what the hell? I researched the I researched the modem that Suddenlink had provided me, and it was a piece of shit. So I said, all right, I'll buy my own modem. Maybe that'll fix it. So I went and bought my own modem, set it up through Suddenlink, hooked it up, thought everything was good. No, that night, internet dropped, but when I went upstairs, the modem, all the lights were on the modem. Right? So I brought my laptop upstairs, hardwired it in. I was getting internet. It was the Velop that wasn't working, okay? Up on the top of it here, that little black dot you see, that's the status indicator light, right? So it's blue if everything's working good, purple if it's connecting, and red when things aren't working well. And this thing was red, but the modem was working. So I said, what the heck, you know? Started kind of wondering, did I make a bad decision? Well, not one night later, internet goes out again, whatever, I get it reset, I'm going to bed, I'm laying in bed, and I'm trying to watch like a video on Facebook or some crap, and it just won't load. Nothing will load. I'm connected to Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi's working, the light is blue, so I'm standing like 5 feet away from this deal, and I'm getting 2.3 megabits down, and I pay for a gig, right? On my computer, I get damn near a gig. But over Wi-Fi, standing not even 5 feet away from the Velop, I was getting 2.3 to 5. It was trash, utter trash, and I had enough. I double checked to make sure that I wasn't losing my mind, and I wasn't. Everything else hardwired was getting great internet speed, but Wi-Fi was crap. And so I looked into Netgear. Looked into Netgear, and I was originally going to go and buy the Orbi MX1000, which cost $700. But I was really hesitant to do so because I don't want to spend $700 on a router ever. I don't care if it's top of the line, whatever it is. $700 is ridiculous to me, right? $600 is ridiculous to me. That's when I found out that they offer the AX4200, which gives you 4.2 gigabytes per second versus 6. I don't even have anything that needs that yet, right? So 4.2 I figured would be more than plenty. Again, on paper, the 6000 and the MX10 are way better than this. But I bought it. It got delivered like the next day. I installed it. Again, installation was a breeze. The app is very easy to use, very intuitive, tells you everything you need to know. And you know what? In the 2 weeks I've had it, I haven't had a single problem with it. I set it up in the exact same places that I had the Linksys system, and I have coverage throughout the entire house. Perfect. Upstairs on the balcony, great Wi-Fi. Backyard, great Wi-Fi. Out in the garage, same thing. Front yard works pretty well. I can get in my truck, which is probably 30 feet away from here, still got good Wi-Fi. It's only like 10 megabits per second download, but still have Wi-Fi, right? Something that I talk about a lot on my channel, like the only thing that matters to me is if things work. I don't give a damn if it looks like a Ferrari. If it runs like a lemon, it's a lemon, and I'm never going to recommend it, okay? If the Camry works better, I'm going to recommend you go and buy that. And the deal is, the Orbi just works better. The fact that it was $450 instead of $600 or $700 was a cherry on top for me. I couldn't be happier with it. The only thing, it sucks that there's no parental controls. It sucks that there's this freaking Netgear Armor, which is a subscription. You get a free like 30 or 90-day trial when you buy a new product, but like they want to charge for router security. Are you kidding me? Like that's, I don't know. In my opinion, that's like super cheap and just stupid. But it works. And that matters more to me than anything. I have not had a single issue with any one of my devices. I routinely get 400 or 500 megabits per second on my phone, which for me is good. I'm not like a snob. Like, I'm paying for 1 gig. I better get 1 gig on every goddamn device everywhere in that. No. As long as I'm getting over 100, I'm a happy camper, and I'm a happy camper with the Netgear Orbi. It is a little bit uglier of a system, I will say, right, compared to the Velop, which is this really nice rectangle. But it's a rectangle that, in my opinion, has really, I was going to say it, shitty performance, okay? I could have reached out to Linksys for their customer service, but I'm not going to. If I buy a product and before the return window is even up, it's having issues, guess what? I'm not calling customer support. I'm returning it, which is what I'm going to be doing with this tomorrow. So, yeah, man, if you're down between these two systems, I wouldn't even go and buy the Orbi AX6000. The 4200, my understanding is that it was released in like May or June of this year, whereas the MX10 and the AX6000 Orbi were released, I think, like beginning of the year. So it's a newer model. Maybe they've worked out some stuff, but I can't speak to the AX6000 for the Netgear Orbi. I can speak to the 4200. Works like a dream. Yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Like, I hope the video was kind of helpful in some regards, right? I know I kind of just rambled on and told a really long story there. But the moral of the story is the Netgear Orbi just works, and it works well, and that's all that matters to me when it comes to Wi-Fi. I never want to think about it or deal with it ever. So, yeah, I hope you guys learned something. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the section below. I'll try to get to as many as I can. I will not take 3 months to make another video, I promise you that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all had a wonderful Labor Day, and I will catch you guys soon. Take care.